Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and I was about to walk out the door. However, you can tell I actually have my jacket on. I realized I don't have a video uploaded for tomorrow, and that cannot be. We cannot miss a day. We have a charge. We have a duty on this channel to answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users, getting folks the answer they need from an employment attorney. Now, we have a question here from YouTube user female 57. Who asked us, my employer refused the EEOC's offer for expedited mediation. Sorry to hear that. The employer's position statement is full of lies and denials. Awesome. Those are all opportunities. That's good news. Can I use words like asinine in my rebuttal? You can. Should you? Definitely not, but you could. You can. You can say that. I would recommend perhaps you don't. They refused to allow me to participate in the health insurance benefits program, leaving me unable to get what is now 4 medical tests for 2 precancerous conditions. And now I have concerning symptoms. I'm really sorry to hear that. My symptoms are exacerbated by stress and their disparaging treatment towards me. And the earliest that I can obtain health coverage will be January. Would you please give some pointers about rebuttals to position statements? My heartfelt thanks to you, Mr. White. So I believe we have Rebuttal Writing 101 as a video, and that would encompass all of my responses in terms of rebuttal pointers. But the question goes on. Excuse me. I am looking to close my rebuttal by telling them to eat shit. Respect. Without actually saying eat shit. Respect again. And we'll include that instead of continuing pro se, I request a letter of right to sue and obtain representation of the attorneys I consulted with that had calculated the damages at 7 figures. I had wanted to settle low and quickly in mediation for urgent health benefits. Got it. So lies are opportunities, and you do not want to squander those opportunities by getting too aggro, too aggressive in that rebuttal, right? It's natural because let's face it, like, you've been attacked on the very basis of your being. I don't know what kind of sexual harassment or discrimination you faced, but it's very clear that the damage was significant, right? You lost out on medical care. You now have all these things going on in your life where you're like, whoa, my health is out of control. I'm in a bad place because of what they did to me. And that's going to make you angry, rightfully so. You should be angry. That's a rational way to feel. But let's not just be rational. Let's be rationally self-interested. And that means eye on the prize. Prize being your settlement, right? You want the win. You want to get paid. You want the settlement, whatever it is, right? Telling them to eat shit in any format is probably not the way to go about it. Instead of saying they're asinine, I would say perhaps they're disingenuous, right? And spend the time demonstrating how inaccurate their position statement was. And where you can, show that it's purposely so, right? Like inaccurate. It's one thing to be wrong. It's another thing to be a liar, right? And if you can show they lied rather than simply said something that wasn't true, which are two very different things. People are wrong all the time, and that can have consequences, but those consequences may not be the same as proving someone is a liar, right? So I would say to you, keep your eye on the prize. I'm so sorry about what you experienced. And, consider ideally maybe having a law firm draft that rebuttal for you. Especially, so you're going to hire an attorney, is what you're saying in this, right? That attorney could be drafting your rebuttal, right? They could be reducing risk and adding value today, earning their percentage, so to speak, right? And that might be beneficial. And I imagine it would be no different in cost to have them involved today versus getting the right to sue letter and going out of federal court. And that could reduce risk because, one, and you seem like you're very on top of it. Female 57, YouTube user, female 57. We have interacted a number of times. You seem very on top of things. You're doing great. I can tell. But this is not your job, I assume. And I don't know how many repetitions you've had at rebuttal writing since you're asking questions about rebuttal writing, right? This may be your first ever. Whereas if you could slot someone in to draft that rebuttal for you who had done that, I don't know, 400, 500, 1,000, 5,000 times, right? That could be useful. It could be a real benefit to be realized there, and it's something I recommend for you. Local counsel, obviously, I'm not being like, oh, call me. No, call local counsel. They'll be cheaper than us, right? But I will tell you straight up, I think you should probably look into having an attorney sooner rather than later, if you can. If you can. And maybe local attorneys where you are won't take cases at the EEOC stage. That I do view as mistaken. I think that's a bad policy for firms to have, but there's firms who feel that way about it. And they're free to do business any way they like, right? I don't have the power to tell them, shame on you, take cases earlier. They don't want to, right? So that's my thought here. Make sure that you are treating that position statement full of lies, your own words, as an opportunity. Each piece of truth that you have that you can demonstrate, that is ammunition. And that ammunition will chew away at the credibility of your employer in a very useful manner. If you can convey things in a very persuasive, very compelling format. Getting angry will generally make your rebuttal less compelling and less persuasive. In any case, I hope you get the big win. I hope you're made whole. I hope you get paid. And I hope, listen, if people are talking about 7 figures for you, that's swell. I hope you get it. For real. If this was helpful, like, subscribe, comment down below. It does help me to help more people just like you. And good luck to you.